if you're looking for some good employees, you got to make sure they're great employees, and Ted here can help you do that.
You do. So employment screening. And did you know, Randy?
No, probably not.
That
So I'm here with
1/3 of U.S. business bankruptcies are due to employee theft and embezzlement.
No, I did not know. 1/3.
A third. 70% of a company's losses, what they call, well, in retail they call it shrinkage, but any kind of losses generally are due to internal theft. And there's other reasons for that. Negligent hiring suits. The average negligent hiring award is around $1 million. So, you hire somebody, you didn't do your background check on that person. We use the term due diligence, but in this case, you didn't do a background check, and you send that contractor in to clean carpets, right? And that person
set the building on fire or something.
Sets the building on fire, hurts somebody, does something, and it happens.
Never
right?
even thought about that. That's big.
Yeah, so that liability. So you really, and we like to say, what are your most valuable assets? They're your employees.
Yeah.
So we're not looking for perfect people, but we do offer tools to give you information. Again, our theme here is delivering the truth, giving you information so you can make a decision, right? And so first of all, in our background check, who is that person? Let's verify their identity. And there's some tools we have to verify their social security number, make sure that goes to that person. Look at their residential history. Where have they lived, worked, went to school? Verify their education. There's statistics out there that say up to 60% of resumes have false or misleading information.
60%?
Yeah, it's a lot.
Interesting.
Right?
No, it sure is.
It
really is.
Right. Verifying that you worked where you said you were. Do you have the certifications that you say you do, right? So professional license verifications, professional references, personal references, and then of course the obvious one, criminal record. Right? Do you have any felonies? Do you have any misdemeanors? Do you have, can you drive? If you're driving the company vehicle. So we can do driving records, criminal record checks, employment, education, professional license verifications, even drug testing.
And when somebody wants you to check into an employee, do they give you, make sure they can do this or this, or do you do it all, or how does that work?
We've it depends on what's relevant. To the job, right?
Yeah.
Now, there's a lot of legislation out there, and we make sure that you're compliant with that. There's one's called the Fair Credit Reporting Act, the FCRA. You'll hear about that a lot if you're in HR, human resources. You know what the FCRA is. But one of the things it does is treats a pre-employment background check like a consumer investigative report. As such, you have certain requirements. Like if you're turned down for credit, the Fair Credit Reporting Act says you have a right to know why, and you have a right to dispute that. So that's what's called an adverse action. We'll take care of that adverse action for you. If someone wants to dispute it, we'll correct it if that's what the case may be. So we investigate and then reinvestigate if necessary. Hopefully we never have to. There's EEOC guidelines to make sure that you're not discriminating in terms of your hiring practices. So is it relevant to the job? In most cases, criminal record almost usually is. But there may be things that are not relevant. So, but we're giving you the information, and we're making sure that so you can pick and choose to answer your question.
You document things pretty well, so they know they're getting the good information. It's real if they if they need it. If somebody says, you're making this up about me. No, we're not.
No, we're not, and we're getting that information directly from the courts. We're not this. So our criminal record check is not a database check per se. There are some databases that we use to point us in the right direction initially, but we actually check for felonies at the felony level courts and misdemeanors at the lower courts on the day that we do that background check. And we're checking with that clerk of court, and we're making sure that that's who that person is. We're identifying them, and if there are any convictions, that's what we're reporting. So, and there's a lot that goes into it. We could do an hour talk on that one. But, I've been in the business of doing this for over 35 years. I'm the former founder and former owner of a company called crimcheck.com. Which we had for 25 years. So suffice to say, I've learned a little bit.
You've got some experience. And hey, if you do have other questions, they can always, give you a call or one of your folks and, find out more. So really, really important. Obviously, you know that even better than I, that you got to get good employees and make sure you can trust them. So you need a really good person you can trust to make sure you got good employees. That'd be Ted here. So Ted, thanks a lot.
Thanks, Randy.